Alright, so welcome to Tanzmedizin Kongress 2021, Tanzmedizin Kongress 2021. I'm Waldas, and this is Chiara Viscodo. And we are going to be sharing with you today organic ballet, health and high performance. And this is about what is organic, what is healthy, what really is how our body is made to work, is also how we achieve the most virtuosity, the best technique, the most professional level of dancing, that they're not in competition with each other, but they are really supporting each other, health and high performance. Yeah. So, what I would like to share with you today are basically three things. We're going to be working with biotensegrity, the idea that the whole body is connected through the fascial system, through the elastic tissue of the body. That means that when one part moves, everything moves, and that we are using the body in its entirety to move. The other thing is that we are working with a lot of push and pull, that, for instance, when we're doing a forward stretch, we're not just flopping forward, that we're doing some things that are pulling together and pushing apart, and that this is creating the movement that we're doing. It's always a combination of these opposites. And the third thing is the turning in is helping us to turn out. We'll be working a lot with spirals to almost untie the knots of the hips and body to get into even more turnout. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So, Chiara, tell us something about yourself, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Chiara, I come from Italy. I'm a professional dancer. I started work when I was very young, first in Italy, in Ballet, and then in Munich, in Gartenplatz Theater. And now I'm more in the freelance scene, and I teach gyrotonic and gyrokinesis and contemporary dance here in Munich.
Thank you. Okay. So something that I would like to add is that we'll be working a lot with the breath. That the breath is really an impetus to the movement that we're doing. That it helps us to feel the body as its whole and to move the body as its whole from the inside out. And that although we will be changing a lot of the classical form, the idea is not to change ballet in the end, but rather to come into the classical form and the classical technique as best we, even more fully, even more intensely, by this turning in to turn out, by feeling the whole body, by waving the body, by breathing the body. So we may be changing what you know as ballet today, but then we'll be moving it into the classical form. Okay. So let's begin. We're going to start at the bar, and we'll be doing a very simple wave. So maybe stand a little bit to the side so the camera can see us. And I know at home maybe you have a chair, maybe you don't have everything that we have here in the studio, but we are improvising as best we can in these times, and we're breathing into the back. And it's really a whole body thing. Breath takes you up into releve and breathing down like that. And as you go up, you are centering the ankles and pulling the feet a little bit to each other. As you go down, you're pushing them apart, but the ankles stay where they are. You pull the feet in, the ankles stay, you push apart. So it's going all the way from the feet, right up with the breath, into the head and eyes, even the hands and the bar. Kind of doing a wave. Yeah, so come to the center, and I really invite all of you at home, even if you're not coming from a dance background, to try things out, to experiment, because this is not a philosophical, theoretical thing so much. This is really about the experience. Yeah. So really parallel feet, Chiara, to help you find this wave. And you don't necessarily go all the way upright. So you can stay in this kind of almost right angle, bending forward, and you find the wave. And you might also feel, that as you come a little bit more upright, like you're doing, that there's a moment in this wave where there's the climax of the wave, where it's the very top, and everything starts to stretch long. Yes. And that your hips find their point right over the standing points. So as we continue the wave, now we start to come more and more upright. Maybe you need to step a little bit closer to the bar so that you can do that. And the wave is going to take you right into a parallel releve up. And then it takes you down. Yes. And this point right here in the back, this middle part, it's finding its full volume between the shoulder blades as well. And it stays in its full volume. And then the shoulder blades stay on the back as you roll down. Yes. You even feel the feet inside breathing. The soles of the feet are lifting up as you go up into releve. And you can feel your eyes waving with this. Very good. And the next wave, we're going to take it right up to standing, to a releve. You stay there. And you continue inside this waving, but it's not really an external movement. You see this part of the back really coming up. And this is lifting the pelvis, the legs, the feet are waving into the floor, and even the knees here are starting to go slightly, like as if she was going to bend them, but she doesn't. And as if this was going, the hip crease was going to go back, but she doesn't. And then she can pull even more out of the hip joints, find even more space there, even more freedom in the head, the eyes, with expression in the upper body. And then this whole wave comes to not a stillness, but a vibration. So it's no longer a movement, it's just vibrating. And the hands can even wave off the bar, a little bit freestyle, it doesn't have to be a quarter bar. Yes, yes. So it's alive for the whole body, and all the joint finds its placement. Beautiful, thank you, Chiara. Next exercise is going from the wave into the turning in and out, the spiraling in and out. So we're taking our foot on the floor and we're turning it in. And we're sweeping and kind of around the jaw and going up and out into attitude. Now we're much further forward than we would be in the classical attitude shape. So you can be a little bit further away from the bar and you sweep around. You flex and you really twist it. And as the foot goes around to the left, the upper body is twisting in opposition to the leg. Yes. And this twisting is also a pulling apart. You also see my elbows are very, very wide, so that I have this ability to twist, and it's very much lifting up out of the back. We're not sinking into the back. It's lifting up and then to the right. Good. Let's switch sides and do it right away together. So the left foot's turning in, sweeping. Please join us at home. And then there's this moment at the apex of the twisty wave where you find straight ahead, lift along the classical position. So the breath is helping you to lift up and find the top of the movement. So the full expansion of the inhale is the full expansion of the movement. The full release of the exhale is the full twisting inside. Yes, you need to switch sides. Yeah? Okay. You do it a couple more times on your second side. Yes, let the elbows be free so that you can really get this three-dimensional. Here's going up, here's going up, and forward, and looking forward to foot. Yes, yes. Okay. Good. One more time, and then we can stop that. Okay. Good. Let's move on to So we're in first position, and stretching with the arms to the side, the elbows are wide, the knees are widening. Even though you're stretching the knees, they have this widening. This is like the wave we did, but now the wave is turned out. But it's still a wave in the legs, it's a wave in the arms, it's a waving into the wings of the arms. And we're going to go turning in to turn out, like in the spine, to untie the knots of the hips. Then we do on a half point of a plie, and you're pulling the feet to each other. Then you're pushing them apart, keeping that centering between the legs. And we go in, and demi-plie, bum, bum. We do the same to the front. We go, turning in, and out, and pulling together, a little bit of a wave in the back to push apart. And you go in, and plie, to the side, turning in, and out, to pull the center, to expand apart, to go in, plie, and then we go with the inside leg to the back, in, and out, and pulling and waving, and up, and in, and plie. Now, then we're going to do a grand plie, keep circling, and we do a plie, both hands on the floor. Imagine you have an elastic ball between the thighs, squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch, rolling up and back into releve, up, back, and we roll up, squeeze the ball, stretchy, stretchy, stretch, up, and down. Okay? You can do your second side if you want to turn around. 5, 6, 7, turning in, and out to the side, pulling in, and out, turn in, plie, inside leg, front, turning in and out, pulling in, waving through to stretch, and going in, plie, yes, and inside, turning in, rolling to the back, untwisting, unknotting, pulling in to push apart, and link forward, and going in, plie. Same inside leg to the back, turning in, see how our back is rolling and the wave is lengthening, and then you're pulling in, there's a little bit of a wave coming through, and in, let the toes find the floor, plie. We're coming into grand plie, and circling up the body, breathing in and up, letting the breath expand the body, let it release, breathing out, bend the knees, both fingertips to the floor. You squeeze the ball between the thighs and split up, and plie, 2 more times, breathing in to stretch, plie, 1 more time, breathing in to stretch, plie, take the bar, rolling up, head last, come up into a releve, to go up and back, and as you come back, plie, we roll through the feet, you plie up there, you squeeze again this imaginary ball between the thighs, lift it, the toes lengthen, expand. You can even feel like there's a big ball between your fingertips and your head, and it breathes with you. Breathes with you, yes. Good, and opening, plie. And we do the other side. 6, ready to the side, turning, rolling to the back. The back is helping to move the feet. Pulling in, centering, keep the centering with the sit bones as you expand. And you go in, plie, inside leg to the front. And now nice and slow, lots of time to feel, to stretch, to expand. And pulling in, very quickly, yes. There's still a bit of a wave in the back as you push out. And plie, to the side, slowly. You can feel all the parts, all the chewing gum of the body needs to be chewed. And plie. unraveling the hips, and then centering, yes, don't forget the centering and the expanding. Then we go in and in, really sweeping the floor with your foot. We go up inside, and on plie. So there's a circle in the plie, yes. And then you keep going up inside, and then we plie, and you stretch. Again, 2 more times. Plie, squeeze the ball, inner thigh, lift it up so the hips are coming up and off the legs. Plie, 1 more time. Now feel just as much the heels into the floor as you pull the hips up and off the legs. Yeah, what's that in the stretch? And again, plie, to roll up, take the bar, lifting the lower belly so that you have a support. And then we go up into releve. And how is the back bit different in releve? You have more of a continual full arch of the whole body, from the toes to the head. And then we plie, we roll up. Another plie up here. You can imagine here's the Pilates ball, and you squeeze it together. Squeeze it together, and that length into your body lifts your hips more upright and puts your ankles more forward. And then there's this ball here between the head and the fingertips that breathes with you. And you have this, yeah, so it's almost like another lung. Yes, very good. And come down, plie, and relax. Very nice, thank you. Okay. So the next movement. We're going out of 5th position, and we're turning in. And you see the whole back is rounding as we turn out and we pull the foot to us flat to push away and long. Then we do 3 tendus, 2, plie, a little bit of a wave in the back, rolling up. You don't need to cross the legs, but you're rolling up, squeezing the ball to stay. We do the same thing to the back. So you're turning in the foot, you're using the whole body, the back, to pull the foot till you're turning out. You push to extend. And you go in, plie, to roll up, squeeze the, same to the side, turning in to push, turning out to pull, to push and extend. And we go in, and plie, rolling up. We do passe. We turn in and out, on half point, pulling it up, to suit to the other side. Staying up, just turning in. Now look at the back, pulling the foot to me, pushing away, and spiraling up and around. To in, plie, rolling up. To the back, you're turning in, so it means away from the bar. The whole body, pulling the foot, pushing the toe mount, really the toe mount, Chiara. Toe mount, close to your big toe mount, so like this. And you push away, yes. And then it goes in, and plie, roll to the side, rounding the back, turning up, to push and extend, and close. Both legs crossing, inner thighs, and rolling up. We do it activate, turn in and out, fondu, to come up, stretch, to sutu. And we do grand plie again like we did, grand plie, side, front, plie, stretch, rolling up and back. And we do the other side, grand plie. Okay? So really involve your back, even if you're coming more from a medical than a dance background, you want to try out just some of it. Try out this part. How can my back pull my leg? How can my breath activate this spirally, wavy, full body sensation and movement? How does it create more space for movement, more stability, more full body tonus and readiness to move? Here we go. 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, turning in slow. Pull, push, extend, in, keep rolling up to the back. and pull, push, extend, in, plie, rolling up to the side, and pull, push, extend, in, plie, rolling up, we do pass, on half point, both ankles up and forward, soutenu other side, breathing out, pull, push, extend, leaving the hips spiraling, working forward, a nice wave to the back. Yes, both legs, squeezing the ball between the thighs as you close. Slowly, push, extend. And cross, cross, squeezing the ball to extend. Passe in and out. And ankles coming up and forward. And bounce, bounce. Soutenu. Grand plie, circling up and around. Keep circling up and side. Plie, fingertips to the floor, wide elbows, stretch. Both feet to the floor, plie. Stretch. Really come onto your fingertips. Really fingertips. Yes. Once again, plie. Yes. And you do plie to roll up, into releve, up and back. So the whole body is in this arch. The eyes go up inside. Yes. Soutenu. 6, 5, 6, 7, grand plie. Up and side. Plie fingertips. And you push the feet into the floor, you squeeze the ball. So the stretch is not just happening at the sit bones at the back of the knees, it's the whole elastic length of the body when you engage the whole body like that. Feet into the floor, squeezing the inner thighs. Yes, and then you plie, you roll up, and you elevate, you go up and back. The eyes go with the hand, yes. Whole body big bow. And soutenu. And plie. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Very nice. So, looking very good. Thank you. Now you see, of course, the gyrokinesis, gyrotonics experience. It's very related. This full body, three-dimensional, centering and expanding, breathing body. So, we're going to do turn in and out and peak, peak, peak. And slow and quick, 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 quick. 1 and 2 and peak, peak, peak. In, out, a quick, quick, quick. Soutenu. 1 and 2, a peak, peak, peak. In, out, a 5, 6, 7, 8. Twisting, rolling, waving, unraveling the hips. 3 and 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and 8. Out. From here, we're going to do again an in and out. We're going to flex the foot. So the hip's really going down and into the hip joint. And as you press up, then you point the foot and pull it in. Wow, super good. We do in and out. Flex the foot. You pull in and point. Here, to balance, balance. And here. The other thing about turning in and out is there's this twist and wave. And at the top of the wave, just like in standing, the top of the wave is not this. This is not the top of the wave. The top of the wave is here. And this would be going even further down. This is already descending. The body's already going down. So that means from here, keep the back of the back up and wide. You pull it. And then this will already be descending. Here. Okay? So it's really, where is that top of the wave and twist? Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. In and out. Peek, peek, peek. In, out, in, out. On 4, 2, 3, 4. To the back. 2. Standing foot into the floor. And out, and out. Oh, 1, 2, Sutanoo. And turning out. Peek, peek, peek. In, out, in, out. In, to the back. Down. Peek, peek, peek. In, out, in, out. Oh, 1, 2, 3, Sutanoo. Toss it. In and out. Flex the foot, find this wave back. Then you pull it and point. Keeping that top of the wave, not sinking. Pull ankles up and forward. Sutanoo, other side. Turning in and out, flex. So just really going down as it's going up. Yes. Then you pull in the foot, squeezing that ball between the inner thighs to widen that knee. And then finding the top of the wave. Yes. So this point right here, the top of the wave, needs a little bit more width and lift. Yeah, it's a little bit too much cumbrae to the back, a little bit too much pulling down on the shoulders. Yes, like that. Does that make sense? And you can see that at home. Do it again. Pull down the shoulder blades, sinking, the wave is already going down, pull up and widen. Yeah. So this blue part of her leotard is getting wide, and you see the shoulder blades a bit on too. Really on the back, and that's lifting her from there. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Waving that part of the back to keep you really up in the upper body. So the legs are light and free to dance. So the back waving to lift, rounding into the standing foot. And in, and on, turning out. Peek, peek, peek. And up, and up. Yes, keep that breath alive. On to low, and we just rest. You relax. Do you want to do a forward bend parallel with the hips? Just relax. Nice. Okay, let's release. Beautiful, Chiara. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to go on with slow on the jambe. Okay, no, we will have this one. This one. Okay. So, we're going to hear, especially, you see it in every exercise, how we are adding an element that is not part of ballet in the physical form to emphasize and embody and intensify an activity inside our body, an inner dynamic that is very much part of ballet and all of dance, and all of natural movement, actually. Yeah? So the organic ballet, classical dance, as coming out of the natural human physiology and coordination. So we're in first position, rond de jambe à terre. And we have, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. So perfectly classical beginning. And we're twisting the upper body away from the leg and here. 3, 4. Then we do very slow. 5, 6, a bit exaggerating the épaulé, and 7, and 8. Then we do, after 2, we do a little bit of a bounce. We're twisting to stretch up, to twist in the other direction. Bounce, and up, to go once again, fondue out to 2, and now it's classical, completely classical, going on the jambe, and through, and part about to the front. But even when you do that attitude fondue and run on the jambe, you're taking some of that épaulé twisting apart with you. Okay? So in the end, maybe we don't need so much of these extra exercises every time we do ballet, but we're taking those elements with us. So we try to the back. So here you've just been put about to the front, I'm showing the other side. And we have, you're twisting to the bar, slowly, and 3, 4 away from the bar. Then you do rond de jambe à terre, and there's still this épaulé. You can move your head, but it's a whole spine. The eyes are just an expression of the spine. Then we have double fondue. Bounce, bounce, to stretch, to bounce, bounce, to stretch. Now we do it like you would in a normal ballet class. Around and around. Relevé sous, and then you can do whatever kind of stretch you need. We're not going to work on that right now, okay? We'll focus on this exercise. Okay, so we've got lots of time to stretch. It's good. I'll do it a little bit with you. Yeah, we're doing it at a very relatively slow tempo so you can really feel this pulling apart and centering. Pulling apart and centering. And it's always both at the same time. It's like chewing gum. Chewing the exercise into its full elasticity. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. We go slow. Around. Slow round, and jump, with épaulé all the way from your standing foot to the spine. We do a bounce, bounce, up, bounce, bounce, and stretch. It's classical, straight, but it's still turning. We go front. To the back, twist, slow, up, around. It's the whole spine of the body. Let the eyes go, keep the wings of the body breathing. Bounce, bounce, and bounce, bounce, and stretch, and forward. And we go up and back. Forgot that part, just do it. Right away. Anything you want to do, any kind of stretching. Let your breath be part of it. Really feeling the floor. You need to stretch into the floor just as much as you're pulling up. Let the waves and spirals move your whole body. Let's do the other side. 5, 6, breathing out. Slowly. Twist. Slowly. And twist. Whole spine. We do double fondue. And stretch around double fondue. And stretch. And fondue. Up. Around. Toilet. One. Catch your breath. 6, 7. Twist. And twist. And whole body. Feel your standing foot resisting that twist. And it's not twisting with you. So, I really hope this video is working. It's blinking, and it's working. Fondue. Again, we're turning in and out, rounding the back. To fondue flex, a little bit of a wave through the back, to push out through the air. We do fondue, intra-elevate, develop. And to the back. Fondue, pushing through the air, stretch. And fondue, develop. Stretch, slowly close to the side. Breathing out. Give me time to feel it and extend. Flex, pushing both feet away. Fondue, intra-elevate, stretch. And slowly closing, Sujanu. Now take a look. Back foot attitude, take the foot. Pulling apart, you can bend both knees if you want, and you're pulling into a penché. Keep that bow of the back as you stretch out and pull apart, coming up into arabesque. Find your balance, and to slowly close. Other side, using the whole body to extend out into the feet. Fondue, whole body, blue wave, and pushing both feet. Fondue, releve. Big twist, slowly close, coming onto 2 feet, you do the back, you do the side, Sujanu, you take the back foot, you can bend both knees, you're pulling apart, and you're not sinking into the ribs, you're really pulling out of it like that, and then you go to motion, you keep the back, and you stretch out, you keep this full body elasticity pulling apart, and coming up. Keep pulling through the toes and slowly close and down. Okay. 5, 6, and we can start over. Music. 5, 6, ready to go. Slowly through the back, through water. Both feet rolling for the back, back moving your legs, fondue to releve, both feet pulling apart, slowly close onto 2 feet to the back, breathing, look at how our back is rolling, as if the breath and back were moving her legs, fondue to releve. Slowly close onto 2 feet to the side. And forward. And stretch, stretch, stretch. Yes, from both feet, from the breath. That wave is still going through you. Sujanu, back foot attitude, fondue. Take the foot. As you pull apart, you're lifting the belly, you're lifting this blue part of the leotard here, and you do penché to the front and stretch the legs. And feel in this pulling apart if it doesn't give you more of a complete stretch to the whole body. As if you still had a connection between your top foot and the back of your heart, back of your head. We do the other side. 6, 7 to go. Slowly breathing out. Slowly breathing into the back and sides. Forward into the hip, foot stretching away from the body. Both feet slowly onto 2 feet. Breathing in and out, turning in and out. Myself. Ah, yeah, you're here. Yeah. And forward. Stretch and close to the side. back. Yeah, rolling up. Fondue into the joint, pushing away. Push, 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 push. And fondue. Keeping the sides long. Yes, really rotate. Keeping it up. Soutenu, attitude back. Take the foot. Now this pulling apart, a whole bow of the whole body, like a bow and arrow. You keep that bowing as you release the foot. You release the arrow. The bow is still intact. Coming up, still this connection here, the foot, the back of the head of the foot. Yes, very nice. And sit and relax, move your back, breathe into your back. You can do some rounded movements, some hip movements, what you need. Yes. So. So let's do a frappe. So we're doing, it's relatively classical, 5, 6, tendu side and prepare. We do frappe, and it's a plie on half point, 2 stretch, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1. Pulling in, pushing apart, and 4, and double, and plie, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, pulling in, pushing away, and go, the same, to the front, to push, bum, bum, and double, and down, down, up. We do a balance here, fondue, we're rolling to the back a little bit, find the crest of the wave, balance, 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 and we switch to the other side, plie, other side, bum, bum. 1, pulling in, pushing away, front, back, side, and then double, and down, down, up. Pulling in is going to help to get here lifted and wrapping around. You keep that as you push away and extend through the whole body, and keep that as you do the frappes. Okay? Five, 6, tendu, prepare. 1, pull, push, go, go. Side, pull, push, go, go. Back, half, double, on the floor, plie, and prepare. Go, pulling in, pushing up. Centering to expand, keep the wings floating, double back, plie, so inside leg, wait, inside leg, coming up, plie, roll to the back, find the crest with the wave, other side, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and centering, waving the back. Keep the arms in water, arms floating in water. Feel that blue part of your back. Keep this round. That we are so close, yes. Good. Yes, inside leg. And relax. Yes, moving forward bend, parallel, and the head hang, very nice. Okay, complètement. 5, a 6, a 7, and 8. We have the long. Fondue, a little bit of a way to the back, and up, go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and slow, and slow, and up, and we do just slowly, soutenant, tenant, a 7 and 8, a 1, a 2, a 3, and 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and 8. A slow fondue. You feel feet into the floor. You feel this down and away. And up and down. So complètement, especially to the side, the tendency is that we do this. Yeah. That our ribs slide away from the swinging leg and that our hips go with it. And we need the whole body awareness, the whole body elastic nets working together for the leg to be free. If everything goes with the leg, of course, it doesn't work. If we hold too much, it doesn't work. If we try to go too much to the side, if I try and go too flat to the side, then of course my leg turns in and my hip tilts like a dog. And my dog tilts like a dog. Yeah? So what you really need is, that's why we're doing this fondue, to find the freedom in the hip and that you let it swing. Like going down, and then here in the complètement the same. Don't do this, let it swing. So it's like the foot is going, it's like the arm going, foot goes, yeah? But here it's going up, where my hand is. Okay? So that you're adjusting your net to the situation. It's not just a trampoline that's staked into the ground. It's a living, 3-4-dimensional elastic trampoline that's moving with you and moving you. Okay? It's clear? Front, back, side. Slowly tendu, side switch. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 4, go, go, go. Go, go, go. Yes, now let the legs swing, standing side long. Dog, tendu, soutenu, other side. Here we go. Extend into the floor. Fall. Up, go. Extend. Fall. Up. Now two bumpers. Extend. Tendu. Up and long. Soutenu. Once again. Here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Yes. Feel the floor. Push into the floor. Very nice. Pushing into the floor. Yes. Keeping the back long. Roll up. Yes. Unclear, relax. Into the back, breathe into your body. Yeah, beautiful. Could you do just one more time the extension to the back? And then look at it. So again, this part of the back is wide and breathing. The lungs are open, the wings are open. Maybe turn a little bit to the bottom, so they see that a little bit more. And the wings are open and wide. They're not pinching. Turn a little bit more to the bottom. They're not pinching together. And then everything falls into the lower back. Let's go the other way. Other way, tilt. Tilt your hips forward. Yes, and that's what happens, you know, in the arabesque. So we're lifting up and out of it, and here's widening. Now just extend a gentle arabesque. It doesn't need to be high. Yes, so here's widening and going up and forward. The wings are taking you up and lifting out of it. And then we have this pulling apart. If we don't do that, if we pinch the shoulder blades and we swing the leg, then here there's going to be a lot of wrinkles, a lot of pinching in the lower back, and a sinking in the front of the hip. Yeah, so her prince right here, my right hand is holding her right hip, and just do it, yes, yes, so you lift up here, and now do it just a small rounding, and up, and you take your upper body up and forward, so it's almost like you're doing releve, up, and up, yes, like you're doing releve, that's the idea. Yeah, so this even readiness and tension through the back is there. We're not dropping, we're pulling through the back, pulling up as we go. Thank you, Chiara. Let's short stretch for yourself, then we go to the center. Okay? And one thing I like to do in the stretches, you do your own stretching, is the push and pull. Now the push and pull, for example, here, foot on the bar, usual forward bend. Now if you go into a twist, it's actually pulling my leg to me. My heel is hooked into the bar, so I have it pulling apart to the center, and the bar is helping the heel to pull it away from the center. If I flex my foot, it's a little bit easy, yeah? So you have this pulling apart, and then you go forward. Then you can push away to go up. So I'm exaggerating a little bit. Pulling, pushing away. Now you see my foot sliding on the bar a little bit, so you see more what I'm doing, but you don't have to slide and push. So there's still this pulling to you as you push away. Yeah, so, and then eventually it becomes, it can be a complete classical straight stretch, but this is helping to find the unraveling of the hips, here in and out, and the stretch on the back of the legs, especially back of the knee, the sit bone, the whole hamstring on here, is going to be more an even pull than if I just have my leg here, just stretch and go forward, out. Feel it on the back of the knee. But if I do it this way, pulling to me, and keeping that pull and then starting to push away, I feel an even stretch through the whole body. And it feels much more elastic, much more warming, much more chewing gum. I would say organic. So you finish up your stretches, then you want to put some of that pull and push into it. And that twisting. And then we go to the center. What time did we start?
7.
18 more minutes. Then let's come up to standing. I'll slide the bar back a little bit. Okay, and let's take a look at what we're doing here. So we're starting fifth position croisé, and we're going to go turn in and out like we did in the bar. Now the arms, I'm going to say they're freestyle. I leave them open. The arms are an extension and a reaction to the breath and body movement. Yeah? So it's not yet a position. I'm bringing them into something like a third or a fourth or a second arabesque. But that's free, and that's really a reaction to the breath and the movement coming from the whole body. So again, even the port de bras in ballet is, for me, something organic, something that physiologically makes sense to our natural coordination, a sense of oppositional push and pull. So turning in, breathing out, arms free, and in, plié, rond de jambe, and, we started with a chassé. We start, and chassé, 2, turning in and out, plié, rond de jambe, all in, and in, we do chassé, back, to turn in and out, plié, rond de jambe, and in, we do chassé to the side, to turn in and out. You do front, back, side, but you can do front, back, side, to go in, close back, close front. We plié, we relax, to stretch, bottom, to plié, rolling up, a little bit back, bottom, other side. I think we have to step back a little bit for the camera. And chassé, on in and out, plié, rond de jambe, and chassé to the back, freestyle arms, in and out, plié, rond de jambe, and in, chassé to the side, in and out. I like your sweeping, close back, close front croisé, plié, relax. And stretch, and plié, rolling up, a little bit back, and open the arms, and chassé, in, up. You really need the wave here, this wrapping around, to roll and picking up this part of the back, to plié, keeping that, and in, and in. You do with the arms what feels natural for you. If you're not so coming from a ballet background, maybe you just do the turning in and out and rolling. You could just take little parts of the exercise and do that. Okay? Let's try it with music. Feel how this waving and twisting is going to help you get on your leg, not knock you off, but on your leg. And the whole body is participating, right from the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chassé. 1. To the back, chassé. In. Side. 1, 2. Plié. Stretch. Take our time. Up and up. Maybe you need to position yourself in the space. Other side. Chassé. In, out, wave. Jump. Chassé back. In, out. Jump. In. Chassé side. In, out. Twist, twist, in, croisé, front. Lots of time. Yeah. Rolling up and back. Let the eyes go up inside. Yes, yes, you're finding it classical. Yes. Okay. Good. Nice. Very nice. Let's do it one more time. We have more time than we think because the music suspends. Yeah, so you can really do chassé, stay, down, stretch, down, stretch, in, stretch, like that. Okay? So there's more time if you take the music is in waves. The music is even called la vague, the wave in French. So it has this suspension in it. And I'd like you to find the suspension in the timing and the movement and the breath of it. Yeah? So we're not just connecting positions, that's why we're doing it again. We're not just connecting positions, we're rolling, twisting, stretching, pulling, pushing, breathing our body through space, if you want, through positions, but the position suggests more stillness, and it's alive. Okay? Let's do it again. And the other thing is, why do we do this in and out thing the whole time? Is it just Jack's obsession with turning it on? Maybe, but maybe. But the reason for this obsession is it's a twisty wave. And if you see what's happening here, what's happening with my back on the side? Like that. So in the end, you find the classical position. You find the classical, you move through the classical form. Yeah. But we're sculpting, we're swimming, we're breathing our way into it, as opposed to, this is how it is, stick ourselves into it. Okay, so let's breathe these waves and do it one more time. Relax. There's still a volume, still aliveness. Lots of time. Use the feet on the floor, the lift to the center. 3, 4, 5, 6, go. Thank you very much, Chiara. Thank you very much, everyone participating at home or wherever you are. Come here. Don't be shy. Come here. I hope that maybe you want to repeat some things. Maybe you want to push pause and play and repeat some things. Maybe we meet some time and we can experiment and research and feel it together. But perhaps with time, perhaps you got it right away, perhaps with time, it will start to make sense to your body. This is what organic means to me. It makes sense to my body, it makes sense to my natural way of moving, whatever that is for you. And that in this push and pull, in this spiraling, this turning in and out and unraveling, in this whole body elasticity and connectivity working together, your elastic body net, if you want to call it that we all find more of how our body or nature is capable of moving, is meant to move, and can enjoy moving. I didn't use that word yet today. I hope it was expressed in the movement, but there's a certain kind of enjoyment, a deep pleasure that then the dancer knows, that's it. It's no longer a struggle, it's no longer it's no longer fighting with my body, it's, that's how it's meant to be, how it's meant to move. And I hope that through some of these exercises today that you could find some of that enjoyment in the movement. So thank you again. Hope to see you. Thank you very much, Chiara. And I hope to see us all live together in the studio very soon. All the best.